Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Therapy with Miss T, where I'm Miss T, and I'm here to give you guys a quick message, okay? So, I believe today is September 2nd, 2022. It's Friday, but whenever you feel drawn to this message, that's when it's meant for you, okay? So, how are you all doing? I hope you are blessed, safe, and well. As always, this is Therapy with Miss T, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut, but I let you know I am not a therapist, okay? I'm intuitive, so I pick up on the energy and the messages from the Most High. If you've helped one, you've helped some. So I hope that this message helps someone. But yeah, guys, if you need help, feel free to reach out to someone and get the help that it is that you need. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with speaking to someone. And there's nothing wrong with getting things off of your chest in a healthy way, right? In a healthy way. So it's so crazy, guys. But the Most High came through. And so I've been wrestling today. I can't even lie. Man, today been one of them days where I'm like, you know what kind of days? Like, I'm over it kind of days. But nonetheless, I'm still grateful kind of days because the Most High still got me here, right? So are you grateful? Are you still grateful even though it's one of them days? But anyways, so the Most High said it's all working out as planned. It's all working out as planned. It's all coming together now. And this is how it was shown to me. So I was drawn to a vision of the forest, right? The forest. And I kept hearing wilderness, right? The wilderness. And some of you guys around this time may have been going through a wilderness season, right? The wilderness. And that's how it was being drawn to me through the Most High. So around this time, guys, this is energy. Energy is fluid. That means I can be picking up like your past, present, or future. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. If it does fit, then we just try to grow from it, heal from it, vibe from it, and we try to move on, right? If it doesn't fit, it's totally fine. It's just energy. But for you or someone, the way the Most High is placing it on me is that it's all working out as planned. It's all coming together. And there's something about the wilderness or the season that you have been in, right? And some of you guys may know, and some of you may not know, that some people actually do go through a wilderness season, right? Some people really do go through a period in their life where they feel like they are alone in the wild, alone in the wilderness, alone, right? And in a sense, the way the Spirit was placing it on me, thank you, Spirit, is that I'm being drawn to a bear. Okay, bears represent, thank you, Spirit, can represent the motherly energy, mother bear, right? Mama bear, thank you, Spirit. So there could be something about the mother or the mama, or there's something about a mother bear or a mama bear, right? How mama bear protects her what? Her cubs, okay? So there's something about protection or cubs, or someone that is protecting their child, or the mama bear is protecting, or there's something about protection, okay? But this could be a mother and a child energy. But the way that Spirit was placing it on me is that for some of you guys, you have been going through a wilderness season, right? A wilderness season, a wilderness time, a wilderness period in your life, right? And here's the thing about the wilderness, right? The way that the Most High was drawing it to me. It's like I kept seeing the trees, right? And if you think of the wilds, if you think of the forest, if you think of the trees in a sense, and you think of yourself being out there by yourself, you're alone. And imagine you're not very equipped to be out there in the wild. Imagine you don't even have a book bag, or you don't have tools, or you don't have necessities to really survive like that in this wild, right? Because you never been in this kind of season before. You never been this wilderness. You never been this much into a season before, right? So imagine you go into this period of your life, or this phase of your life, where you're really being ostracized. You're really being pushed out. You're really being put in an environment that you've never been in before. You're really being put in a circumstance or a situation that's kind of tough, that you've never had to deal with before. Why? Because it's the wild. It's your wilderness season. It's a period or a time in your life where you go through some of the most craziest things you could think of. You go through some of the most scariest things you can imagine. Imagine yourself in the wild, alone, with no equipment, with very little equipment. And you got to survive in this wilderness. You got to fight off the animals in this wilderness. You got to build traps in this wilderness. You got to go get sticks and stones and whatever else in this wilderness. You got to build your own fire in this wilderness. You got to do whatever you got to do to survive in the wilderness season. Some of you guys have been through a wilderness season. Some of you guys have been through the wilderness, where you don't know when your next meal is going to come by, when you don't know if you're going to get a lucky break and there go a deer or not, when you just don't know, when you don't know if you're going to have enough wood or whatever is needed to supply your fire. You don't know. You might be cold that night. That night you might not get a fire. You don't know. You're in that season where you don't know. And the way the Most High was placing it on me was like the forest, right? The forest. There's all kind of habitats in the forest. There's all kind of things that live out in the wild. Things that you would never think you would have to encounter or come across in your wilderness season. Some of you guys have been through a period or a point in your life where you have been alone. You have been alone for a long time. You have been in this season for a long time. Even if you're not physically alone, you could be emotionally alone. You may feel like you are alone, like you have no one that you can talk to in this wilderness season. That is what some of you guys have been through. Some of you guys have gone through some things, and the way the Most High placed it on me is that it's all working out as planned. It's all part of the plan. It's all working out as planned. It's all working out. Even in that wilderness season, even in that part of your life where you may really feel alone, where you may really not feel equipped, where you may feel like you don't have the necessities, where you may feel like you don't have the tools, you don't have what is needed to survive. Imagine one person being placed in the wilderness and they got a book bag with tools and ropes and gloves and everything they need to survive, and knives and stuff. Well, imagine somebody else being dropped off. They don't even get a book bag in a wilderness season. They have no equipment to survive. But yet some way, somehow, you still overcome in that wilderness season. That season where you don't have the tools to survive. That season where your tools are whatever you can find kind of season. Those are your tools, and you have survived the wilderness season. The season where things don't make sense. You don't understand. You don't understand or understand why you had to go through some of the things you had to go through. Why you had to endure some of the stuff that you had to endure. Why you had to feel more alone than you ever felt in your life in this season. That is how the wilderness season can come off. Alone. By yourself. Trying to make it. And not everybody gets a bag that has full equipment in it. Some people get bags with no equipment. Some people don't get a bag at all. Some people are out here in a wilderness season putting rocks and whatever else they can put together. I'm being drawn to the Lion King. Thank you, Spirit. You remember? Thank you, Spirit. You remember how, in a sense, Timon and Pumbaa, right? And the Lion King. And Timon was telling Pumbaa, look, well, they were telling Simba, right? Hakuna Matata, basically, like, you in the wild now. You got to eat what we eat. You got to do what we do. You can't live that life you was living no more. That's not that part of the jungle, right? This part of the jungle, we eating bugs. We eating big juicy bugs, right? And this part of the jungle. And that's what he was basically telling Simba. And what Simba said, Hakuna Matata, he had to try it. He had to survive. He had to adapt to the wilderness. And it shows you indirectly, wow, it's so crazy that Spirit drew me to that movie, because Simba, in a sense, went through his wilderness period, right? Where he was alone and he had to duck off from everyone else. And he came across Timon and Pumbaa, and they did show him how to evolve and to change and to adapt in his wilderness, right? He adapted in the wild, but he also forgot a part of who he was and what he was supposed to be doing. And Nala came along to remind him, right? So there's something around this time where someone is coming along to remind you of what it is you are supposed to be doing, because you have been in this wilderness season, and maybe you've been in it for a long time. Maybe you had to learn to adapt. Maybe there were certain things that you had to do that maybe you never thought you would have to do. Simba was eating bugs. He never had to eat them bugs before. He was out there in the wild. He was eating meat. He was eating whatever he wanted. But over here in this part of the wilderness, he had to eat bugs. So there's something around this time, guys, where the Most High was saying that this is all part of the plan. This is working out the way it's supposed to work out. Even when it feels like it hurts, even when it feels like it sucks, even when it feels like you want to escape it and you don't know how to get out of it. You don't know how to escape. You don't know what to do because it's just the wilderness season. It's the season in your life where you are going to be affected. You get affected in this wilderness season. Your mind gets affected. Your body gets affected. Your soul gets affected. You get affected in the wilderness. Yes, you do. You learn to survive on your own. You learn to use whatever you have, whatever you can find. You get closer to the Most High. But you still feel alone. You still feel scared. You still feel like, I don't know, in the wilderness. Trying to make it through the rain in the wilderness. Trying to make it through a storm in the wilderness. Trying to make it. Some of you guys have just been trying to make it through the wilderness. Through a very difficult period in your life. The storm. All kind of things happen in the jungle. So imagine you being dropped off there with no equipment. None. And having to still try to make it. And still overcoming. Because there are some of you guys that have not had no equipment. There are some of you guys that may have been in the wilderness and you felt alone. Like this is the most alone you ever felt. Like you didn't know it could get this alone. Like you've been alone before, but God, dang, this kind of alone. It's like, why this kind of alone? Right? You didn't even know what alone really was until you went through your wilderness season. Until you went through that season where you felt the most alone on the inside. Right? On the inside. Let's talk about the inside. Thank you, Spirit. There's something about the inside. I'm hearing, but a man ain't supposed to cry. So there could be something about a masculine energy. Okay, I don't know if there's something about a masculine energy or someone's feeling like they're crying, or if this is a man that is crying, or, you know, maybe a man feels like they're not supposed to cry, but a man has emotions. Yes, men cry. They got feelings too. That's the problem. Don't nobody want to express their feelings. Men have feelings, okay? Men go through things just like women. Everybody got problems. Everybody got feelings. Everybody got emotions. Everybody goes through things. So I don't know if there was something going on here with a masculine energy that felt like he wasn't supposed to cry, or he wasn't supposed to be emotional, or he wasn't supposed to be allowed to express his emotions. Yes, in a healthy way, you should be able to express your emotions. That's why I say go get therapy. Speak to someone. Get a reading. All Things Spiritual 444.com with Miss T. Okay? Yes, somebody might need some assistance, but there's something around this time where, thank you, Spirit. Okay. I keep being drawn back to this bear. Okay, so I don't know if there's something about a bear, or if someone is seeing a bear, or if there's someone in the wild around this time, or if this is something about the mountains or something. But there's something here about a there's something here about a I'm hearing split decision. Someone may have a split decision, or have to make a decision, or do something. I keep hearing the odds stacked against you. So maybe you were going through a wilderness period. Maybe you were going through a moment or something in your life where maybe you really were alone in the wild, or it felt like you were, or it felt like you had to fend for yourself. You had to do for yourself. You had to become more molded and become more of you. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. A boss. That's the way the Most High has given it to me. A boss. And sometimes, guys, we don't really know what it takes to sometimes be a boss unless you are a boss, right? Unless you really running a company, right? Unless your face is really there, unless your name is really on the line, unless you the one really running it and maintaining it, right? Because you the boss. Well, there's something around this time where maybe there was something going on about your wilderness season that was pushing you and teaching you and prepping you and priming you and getting you prepared to be a boss. A boss. Some of you guys may be going into another field. Some of you guys may be going into management. Some of you guys may be leveling up. Some of you guys may be creating your own businesses, right? A boss. And sometimes, guys, you have to go through a wilderness period to evolve, to grow up, to change, right? To evolve from that child's mindset to that adult mindset, to know that, okay, sometimes you may not have certain equipment. Sometimes you may not have certain things. Sometimes you may be the only thing. You may be the only thing, the boss. That if even everything else around you is not there, you are still the face. You are still the thing. You are still the one. You still have to survive. Because if you don't survive, then the company doesn't survive, right? I don't know why I feel business for someone, so this may be about business, but there's something about your wilderness season that may have been teaching you actually what it was to become a boss, to boss up in life, to grow up, to truly grow up. Because in the wilderness season, and imagine you getting dropped off in the jungle, and you're getting dropped off by yourself, and you have no one. And imagine, in a sense, when you have no one, I'm being drawn to Survivor energy. So I don't know if there's something about Survivor, like the show. Remember the show back in the day? I think it was the show like when you had to get dropped off and you had to figure out how to survive, right? So imagine, in a sense, it's like that, and you're trying to figure out how to survive. You, by yourself, with no one else. Just you. The wilderness season. You learn some things in that wilderness season. You learn how to boss up. You learn how to take care of just you. You learn who and what and how to survive in your wilderness season. You learn who people really are in the wilderness season. You learn how difficult life really can get in the wilderness season. You learn so that you don't ever want to have to go back to that kind of season. You will do whatever you have to do to survive. Some of you guys have done whatever you've had to do to survive the wilderness, to survive the period in your life that felt like it was the hardest it could have ever been, or it could ever be. Some of you guys are really going to have, I don't know why I feel like I'm being drawn to, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I was seeing the mountain. So there was a blockage, or there was something that you were dealing with. Okay, and this was a big mountain. So then I was drawn to a ladder as well. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I don't know if someone has been climbing up this mountain, but instead of actually climbing the mantle, I don't know if there's something about the mantle, instead of climbing the mountain, someone's been climbing the ladder, right? But imagine, even if the ladder is on the mountain to help you go up, the higher up you go, the more steep it becomes, the harder it is for the journey. So you have been trying to climb this mountain of success, the ladder of success. You've been trying to climb it. Well, it's going to be difficult the higher up you get. It doesn't get easier. It gets harder. That's why you want to make it to the top. That's why at some point in your journey on this mountain, you ready to give up because you like, well, dang, am I ever going to see it? Am I ever going to make it? Am I ever going to get a break to look at this view that I know has got to be beautiful from this journey that I've taken? Like, I just know I'm going to look out on this mountain and see nothing but the beauty and the glory and be like, okay, I get it. Now I see why the journey had to be so hard. Now I get why the journey was so difficult. Now I understand and understand why this mountain was the hardest mountain that I've ever had to climb. You were in the wilderness. You were going through a period in your life where this was that mountain of all mountains. And if you think of it in a sense, because I'm not going to lie, y'all, when I climbed Stone Mountain, I was tired. I was over it. Every time I thought we was at the top, we wasn't at the top yet. And the closer and closer and closer we got to the top, the more steeper and steeper and steeper it got to climb. But when we got up there, it was worth the effort. It was worth everything that I had been through because the view was so beautiful. Some of you guys are about to see that beautiful view. Some of you guys are about to see why it has been so difficult. Some of you guys are about to understand and understand why it got so much harder the closer you tried to get to the top. Some of you guys are about to see that beauty and that view of what you see when you get to the top of the mountain. Yes, some of you guys are. Because you eventually come out of your wilderness season. You don't stay in it for forever. Some of us stay in it for a long time, or what feels like forever, but you don't remain. Eventually you get out of that wilderness season. You get out of that season of being alone. You get out of that season of lacking. You get out of that season eventually. And you do get to the top of the mountain. And for some of you guys, there has been some difficulties and some things that you have had to try to overcome. Because it was a big mountain they showed me. Thank you, Spirit. That you had to overcome. I'm hearing buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse. Someone may feel bad about a purchase or something that they bought or something that they're buying. Buyer's remorse. I don't know if someone's been shopping or someone's been indulging or someone's been over shopping. Okay, I don't know if someone gets like sad or down and they start shopping. Buyer's remorse. Someone may be feeling some sort of way about something that they purchased or something that they're buying. What's that about, Spirit? Yeah, I just keep hearing I'm hearing fragile. So there's something here that could be fragile, or there's a situation or something that's fragile, okay? I don't know if this is a fragile situation or topic, or there's something here that you or someone has been dealing with when it comes to purchases or buying or buyer's remorse, or there's a fragile situation when it comes to some sort of purchase. I'm hearing what goes up must come down. So I don't know if someone was purchasing a lot or someone spent a lot or someone did something with a purchase. I don't know if someone was waiting for the price or something to come down. I don't know if someone was spending a lot of money. I don't know if someone's having some sort of remorse because of all the money that they've spent. Buyer's remorse. Okay, yeah, there could be something about the money. There's something about the money. And buyer's remorse. I don't know. I feel like someone's been shopping and someone's overspent. Someone could have overspent. I don't know why I feel like a lot, though. Someone could be having some sort of remorse because they feel like they've overspent a lot. I don't know why I'm hearing panic buy. Someone could have purchased something and they could have been panicking, or they could have been, I don't know why I feel like there's something here about like someone purchasing something out of being panicked or being afraid, or like a panic purchase or a panic buy, like under some sort of fear. I'm also hearing scrutiny, okay? I don't know if someone's being scrutinized. Thank you, Spirit, for something. I don't know if this is about a purchase or if there's something here involving some sort of remorse for spending too much, or someone feels like, yeah, I feel like someone may be under scrutiny. This could be about a purchase, or there's something here about buyer's remorse. Maybe someone is feeling some sort of way about what they've purchased, or maybe there's something here about someone coming down on someone because of a purchase or a price. I don't know if there's something, I keep hearing that what goes up must come down. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So I don't know if this is like someone gets like an adrenaline rush off of spending. But then it comes down. And then when it comes down, someone's saying they're having buyer's remorse. They're now having remorse for what they bought because they're not getting that same high off of it anymore when you have to start seeing how much you've spent out. There's something here about the money, the price or something that's been spent out. And someone is having some sort of remorse about maybe something that they purchased or that they bought. Buyer's remorse. And I don't know if you or someone gets like an adrenaline rush, or you get high in a sense off of purchasing items or having things, and then when it goes, like, what goes up must come down, and then that high goes down, or that adrenaline rush goes down, and now it's like the remorse part of what you purchased. I don't know who that message is for, but I feel like that's for someone that may overly spend, and this may be something here involving a habit, right? Because all of us can have habits, guys, and this may be someone that just has picked up a habit, and it may be a shopping addiction or a shopping problem or something someone does to get that adrenaline rush, to feel good, to get that high, but then once you realize what you've spent, it goes back down. That's what I'm getting for someone, okay? So I don't know who that message is for. Only you will know. You always have to pray on it, use your discernment, take it to the Most High. But it may be for someone that, spends money, right? All of us go through things in different ways, right? It's coping. All of us cope in different ways. Some people cope through sex. Yes, sex addicts. Some people cope through smoking. Even that ganja, okay? Gonna keep it real raw and uncut. People cope through the weed, through the Mary Jane, through the marijuana, okay? They cope through whatever. They cope through drugs. They cope, okay? Some people use things to relax, to cope. Some people drink, right? Some people shop. Some people overshop. Some people overspend. And then what goes up comes down, and it's like, oh shoot, what have I done, right? So I don't know if there's something someone's dealing with or going through involving some sort of shopping addiction or problem, or something involving the money, okay? And yeah, guys. But thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing, what have I done? What have I done? I'm hearing, why did I do that? Oh, wow. I'm hearing it in the Steve Urkel voice. You know Family Matters? When he'd be like, did I do that? You know how he used to say that all the time? The Steve Urkel, right? And he'd be like, did I do that? And Steve did it, right? So there's something around this time where it's like, maybe someone's questioning or asking themselves, did I do that? Like, why did I do that? Someone may be questioning or asking themselves why they did something. This may involve love. I'm hearing that Deborah Cox. Nobody's supposed to be here. This really may be about love. Because I think in the song she said, what'd she say? I spent all my life, right, on a search to find how love won't stay for eternity, but heaven sent you fulfill my needs. And when I turn around, what she said again, love has knocked me down. My heart got torn. I know it hurts so bad. I'm sad to say love wins again, right? She said, but I turn around and you're standing here. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. So basically, guys, there's something around this time where it's like, maybe you weren't expecting love, or you weren't wanting love, or you didn't think love was ever going to be there, or you don't know why love appeared, right? Because that's what she was basically saying in the song. Like, nobody is supposed to be here. Like, where did you come from? Like, I tried that love thing for the last time. I told myself I wasn't going to do it no more, right? She telling you, I said, no, nobody's supposed to be here. So there's something around this time where maybe you said to yourself, maybe you told yourself, maybe you said, no, I'm not doing that love thing again, right? I tried it for the last time. Well, there's somebody that may not supposed to be there, but they coming, because that's somebody gonna be there. Okay, you gonna turn around and somebody right there. So I don't know who that message is for, but for someone, maybe you thought you were done with love, but love is not done with you. Love is not done with you. Okay, so yeah, I don't know who that message is for, but for someone, I keep hearing that. How did you get here? Hey, nobody's supposed to be here. Hey, I tried that love thing for the last time. My heart says no, okay? So yeah, there's something about love, okay? And someone's coming in, guys. So I don't know if you just weren't wanting love, or you thought you was done with love, but love ain't done with you. Okay, so I don't know who that message is for, but yeah, you got love coming. Okay, what else, Spirit? I'm hearing it's all about those champagne nights, and if ain't all day, let's toast it up. Do 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 do. Ain't that Neo? Do 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 do. Let's toast it up. Somebody's about to celebrate. Okay, I think that's Neo. Maybe you're toasting. Maybe you're drinking. Maybe you're having some wine. Maybe somebody's about to celebrate. Maybe there's something you're doing or you're accomplishing, or something you're just, I don't know. You may be going out. You may be celebrating something, or this may be a night out. This may be a night out. Someone may be getting ready to go out. Oh, we got Snuggles. Say hi, Snuggles. Snuggles. Say hi, Snuggles. We got Snuggles, okay? So is there something about the snuggles? Somebody wants to snuggle, or there's something about going out. Champagne life. And yeah, guys, that's what I'm getting. So while I'm hearing the Looney Tunes, now that's all, folks. Something's being wrapped up. That's all, folks. Something is being wrapped up. You are closing out a major life cycle. You are changing. There's something changing. This may feel, I don't know, this may be weekly energy, because I'm feeling like something for the week, okay? Whatever this is a major life cycle. It's an ending. It's a changing energy. There's something about to be wrapped up. And that's all, folks. Like, maybe that's all, you know, that's it. That's the end of this, the way that it's just those. I was about to say, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Like, there's something that's about to be wrapped up. That's just the way it is. And things will never be the same. There's a major, major life cycle ending this week for someone. Yeah, something's being wrapped up. Something's being closed, okay? Something's being closed. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm getting for you guys, okay? So this is energy. Energy is fluid. That means that I can be picking up on your past, your present, or your future. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. If it does fit, we just try to grow from it, heal from it, vibe from it, and we try to move on, right? If it doesn't fit, it's totally fine. It's just energy. And yes, this therapy with Misty, we keep it real, raw, and uncut, but I'm not here to offend or hurt anyone. If you need help, feel free to reach out to someone and get the help that it is that you need, because there's nothing wrong with getting help, guys. There's nothing wrong with therapy. But yeah, so the Most High said, let's wrap this all up, that it's all working out. It's all playing out as it's supposed to, right? And some of you guys have been in a wilderness season. Some of you guys have been alone. Some of you guys have been going through some circumstances and situations in your life that have been really pushing you to survive, have been really pushing you to become the strongest maybe you've ever been in your life, right? I'm being drawn to that Destiny's Child song. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. Hey, I'm not gonna stop, but I'm gonna work harder. What she said, I'm gonna work harder. I'm not gonna stop, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna go harder, okay? So there's something around this time where maybe you really are a survivor. Maybe you really have overcome a circumstance or a situation. Because when you are in that wilderness season, you don't have a lot, right? You might be lacking some things. You may be dirty looking. You may be trying just to survive. You might not be able to always bathe every single day out in the wild. You may have to be trying to pay attention to things that might be trying to take you out. You in the wilderness season, you may not always have the everything that you need kind of situation. You may have to go out there and fend and get it for yourself, right? But when you get out of that wilderness season, when you get out of that season in that period of your life where you remember what you went through and you know what you don't never want to go back to kind of season, right? You don't want to go back to that. So you try everything in your power to do right so that you don't have to go back to a period of the wilderness season, the alone season, the by yourself season where you don't know what's going to be in your bag or if you're even going to have a bag season. You may not have no tools type of season, but yet you still survive because you are a survivor. That's what you are. And that's what the wilderness season does. It pushes you to survive. It pushes you to your limit. It breaks you. It molds you. It shapes you. It trains you. You are trained in that wilderness season. And training does not feel good. Training is not going to make you always smile. Training can hurt. Training is brutal. Training is powerful. Training, right? Some days you're going to have some aching bones. You're going to be tired of training, but you still training because there's a mission. And how does the Most High sometimes train you? In that wilderness season. That season where you are the most alone you've ever been in your life. That season where you don't know if you're cursed, like Job said, I cursed the day I came out my mother's womb. That season when you don't even know why things are happening to you season. Where you're starting to question your own self. Like, well, dang, am I really a bad person season? Have I done something wrong kind of season? Oh, you're going to go through that in the wilderness season. You're going to be questioning your own self. Like, well, what did I do to get into this kind of a season? You have to become a survivor. You have to become strong. You have to be trained. That is why you go through your wilderness season. To survive and know that you can overcome any circumstance or situation in your way. Because you learn to adapt to the wilderness. You learn to survive. You might have to put on some leaves as an outfit. You might have to put some mud on your body to cool you down. You might have to do some things, but you're going to survive. You might have to eat a bug like Simba, but you're going to survive. You're going to survive. And then what do? You go back and take back the land. Simba had to go back and help his people. So you go back and you help your people and take back what's rightfully yours after the wilderness season. Some of you guys are about to be taking back what belongs to you. And I told you that in the message I put out when I said Exodus 23:20, if I'm not mistaken, right? You have to be, in a sense, increased. You have to get that strength to take back possession of the land. And that strength comes little bit by little bit. That's how the Most High helps you. So you don't have to go out in this situation all by yourself up against the biggest of the biggest. No, He gonna take them out little bit by little bit. And then you gonna what? Take back possession of the land. There's some of you guys that are about to take back possession. Why? Because you are coming out of your wilderness season. That season of lack. That season of you may not have much. You may not have had plenty. You may have had the little, the least. Well, it's about to be your season. And you are coming out of the wilderness at this time. So congratulations to whoever this message is for, because I can only overstand and understand with you what that wilderness season is like. And if you've made it this far, or you are watching me and you're making it out of your season, then I truly, truly, truly commend you and congratulate you, because I too have been through a wilderness season, and it's been the hardest season I've ever been through in my life. Not a season that I even ever thought I would have to endure. Yes, Miss T got some problems too now. I'm trying to help everybody else with their issues, but best to believe, okay, yeah. I've been in that wilderness, okay? I've been in the jungle, okay? I swear I've been in the jungle. I've been putting on my face paint. I've been like, yo, let's get it, okay? Let's armor up, because it's the jungle, okay? Makes me wonder sometimes how I keep from going under. Ain't that the song, okay? Make me wonder how I keep from going under, right? Some of y'all have kept from going under in the jungle. Okay, so I know how it is. So if you've made it out your wilderness season, congratulations. Okay, you deserve it. You deserve everything. You deserve it now. Okay, so some of you guys are about to take back possession of the land. Like I said, Exodus 20:23. And yeah, guys, it's because you are now increased, and it's because you went through a period of not having much, so that you could get back what belongs to you when you're strong enough to take it. And you guys are strong enough now because you know what you don't ever want to go back to or deal with ever again. You also learn in the wilderness season what you don't want to deal with no more. And some of y'all have learned just that. So congratulations if you are making it out of your wilderness season. And yeah, guys, so that's the message, and that's what I got. And just know that this is Snuggles is having a field day. She playing. Are you playing? Are you having fun? Are you like, look, I just want to have some fun, okay? Snuggles having a field day. She just want to have some fun. But anyways, y'all, okay, so I feel like this is going to be a major life-changing kind of week. There's a lot of cycles that are going to be ended, but when you end cycles, you begin new things. So you're about to have new beginnings, right? And sometimes, guys, when you come out of the wilderness season, it's like a period of your life where you're kind of like, well, what just happened kind of thing. Like, it doesn't even feel like it was surreal. It doesn't even feel like it really existed. Like, did you really just go through everything that you went through? Yes, in the wilderness season. But this is the thing about the Most High. You won't look like everything that you've been through. You won't look nothing like what you've had to endure. That's the Most High. You get your beauty for that pain. You get beauty for everything that you've been through. You won't even look like none of it, even though you're just now coming out of the wilderness season. So that's the message, and that's what I got for you. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is I appreciate each and every one of you for rocking and rolling with me, Miss T, on another episode of Therapy with Miss T, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut. But yeah, guys, I thank you to all my new subscribers. If you guys would like to support Miss T, the info is down in the description box, right? The Cash App. And Snuggles is having a field day. So I don't know. Somebody really about to have some fun, okay? And yeah, guys, if you would like to purchase one-on-one, it is allthingspiritual444.com. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. And I pray that you are blessed, safe, and well. And until next time, and as always, guys, what we tell them, guys, we tell them, namaste.